Hello, today I just want to briefly touch on how to cleanse your liver. So the liver is a powerhouse organ in the body. It's just under your right rib cage, so it's protected by your ribs. And there's a reason why it's so protected. It's so important for our function, for us moving through our lives. It continually cleanses and processes blood. It produces cholesterol, it produces hormones, and cholesterol, just on a side note, can actually be really beneficial. There's a bad rap around cholesterol, but so many amazing hormones and steroids are produced from cholesterol. So the liver has a function in that, and we want to make sure that our liver is actually functioning properly. So we often have to cleanse the liver. And there's no difference between you going and getting your car cleaned, your house cleaned, you clean your bedroom. In the same way, in the same manner, you need to start to think about how to clean your liver. Your liver is producing your life. It's holding everything together. So it's such an important organ and an important area of your life and of my life, that knowing how to cleanse it, knowing how to detoxify it, how to remove those toxins, how to have it optimally functioning, deeply impacts your experience of life on a whole. It impacts your emotions, your mental state, your physical health, everything. So in this video, I just want to touch on how to actually cleanse your liver and a few key points. The first point I want to touch on is your emotions. So emotions are extremely important, and they have a deep physical impact on the body. For example, if you are embarrassed, embarrassment is an emotion. There's a deep, instant physical reaction for a lot of people, and that's blushing. So there'll actually be a physical chemical reaction where blood will rush to the face. And this is just an example for you to actually see how an emotion causes a physical reaction. And every single emotion you have throughout the day is causing some form of physical and chemical reaction. So we want to make sure that our emotions are as stable, as balanced, as joyful, as peaceful, as relaxed as possible, to have a really amazing impact on our physical health. So that brings us into some emotions that potentially aren't so good for the liver. And these emotions are frustration and anger. Frustration and anger are friction. They produce a lot of friction and heat in the body. And this damages the liver directly. So observe in your life, do you get frustrated easily? Is there anger? And often things like depression, boredom, confusion, these are actually emotions of anger, but suppressed anger and then turned inward, because anger isn't allowed in society very much, and people don't really like another person to be angry. So if there is anger bottling up inside me, often I'll suppress it, and that can turn into confusion, boredom, and this isn't helpful for anyone. And this just deeply suppresses and impacts negatively the liver. So learning how to manage emotions and express them wholesomely and actually release that friction, that heat, that charge, and there's processes to do that, and actually allowing that to release will have a big impact on your liver and liver function, optimal function. So frustration and anger are two emotions that we really want to integrate, balance, harmonize, and release from the body. The next thing is more of a physical thing, and this is juice. So fresh lemon juice and fresh beetroot juice are amazing for the liver. The liver actually is one of the only organs that really regenerates itself in a fast and efficient way. It can be done within 3 months. So if you have fatty liver, if you have a suppressed liver, if you have a, just a liver that's not really functioning well, if you take into consideration everything that I'm saying, go above and beyond and really concentrate on your liver health, then within 3 months you can have a vitally vibrant, optimal functioning liver. And having lots of freshly squeezed lemon in water, as well as beetroot juice, and that's not store-bought beetroot juice, that is fresh squeezed juice that you actually put through your own juicer or you buy at a juicing shop, and it's real beetroot juiced. This really deeply cleanses the liver and the blood. So there are 2 things you can do as well. Then there's 3 herbs that really support liver function. So you can just buy them in powdered form, capsule form, make sure they're organic, and the company looks reputable. But you can just go onto, if you're in America, Amazon or iHerb or whatever, and buy milk thistle, turmeric. So milk thistle specifically targets the liver. Turmeric cleanses the blood and the liver and the gallbladder, which is really awesome. And then dandelion, and dandelion really supports liver function as well as kidney function. And dandelion, you'll most likely actually find it just outside in your backyard. They're the yellow flowers that are about this big, little green stem and then a yellow flower. You can literally eat the yellow flower, or they've got green leaves coming off. They're quite bitter, and that bitterness is the medicine for your liver. So that's dandelion, but you can also get it in powdered form or whatever. Just getting it straight from nature, and most of us assume that it's a weed, but it's actually a potent medicine, and it's there to heal our body. So that's something that I'd really recommend. Then we actually have to think about removing some things that are causing the liver to be inflamed, to be overburdened, have too many toxins in it to process. And a couple of big ones is vegetable oil. So vegetable oil is like canola oil, grapeseed oil, margarine. These oils, or even just vegetable oil, it will say literally vegetable oil. They really damage. They're full of trans fats, and these are wild electrons, and they go in the body, and they just cause a cascade of issues and just damage the cells within the body. So vegetable oil is not good at all. Any fried food is cooked in vegetable oil, and when vegetable oil is heated, it even goes more rancid, more wild, and it damages the body even more. So stay away from vegetable oil if you're really trying to heal your liver. Stay away from alcohol, I think that's an obvious one, and processed foods. That's another obvious one. You want to really get back to as close to the foods from nature as possible. This will really support your liver function. So fresh fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, good quality grains, depending if you eat meat or dairy, just go for really good quality, not so much about the quantity, but just good quality. So this is another way to really detoxify and cleanse your liver. And then finally, a more advanced thing to do is coffee enema. And coffee enemas, this is literally like, I don't know if you know what an enema is, but enemas have been around for thousands of years, and they're one of the best ways to internally cleanse our bodies. And you can either go and get it professionally done, or you can do it from home with a little enema kit. But it's literally using gravity. You put water or whatever in the enema kit, and it actually runs down through a tube and up your bum or up your anus, or however you want to call it, and it cleanses your large intestine. And this holds a lot of toxins. So once we cleanse the large intestine, then the liver can dump more stuff into the large intestine, so it's not backed up in the liver. And specifically coffee stimulates the bile. So it actually releases bile from the gallbladder. So doing coffee, so having it a mild temperature, warm temperature, and actually, boiling up some coffee powder or beans, and then just taking the water and putting that in the enema and actually draining that into your large intestine. This can really, really cleanse the liver and the gallbladder and give you a huge kickstart and head start. There's also specifically a liver cleanse, which is much more intense, and I'd recommend doing these things first. But there's a lot there. We went over a lot, so hopefully you can implement some of these things and start to actually feel your energy start to come back. If you're feeling like you're a bit down, or your emotions are, frustration, anger, they'll start to disappear as well when you start supporting your liver more and more. So yeah, let me know how that goes. Give it a real go for a month and just feel the results. Feel your body start to come alive. And I look forward to hearing from you. Reach out if you've got any more specific questions. And that's all from me, all the way from Bali, wishing you all the best in your health and healing journey.